Today we are talking about faith, fiction, and fierce women, the story behind the story. Today's guest is publicly positioned as the author of the Church Chronicles series, writing stories where faith, scandal, and strength collide, with a focus on Black women who lead with elegance, strategy, wisdom, and fire. Her public bio also describes her as a Christian romance author, entrepreneur, storyteller, MBA graduate, a bachelor's in IT management graduate, wife of 25 years, and a mother of two sons. This episode will give you laughter, honesty, faith, storytelling, book tea, church girl drama, women's empowerment, and practical inspiration. The flow should feel like a fun table conversation with moments that are deep enough to make women reflect and juicy enough to make them share clips. Cafe, grab your cups and meet me at the table.
Just call me, I'll be there. It don't matter, just say where. I'll be right by your side, do everything you know, alright. Just stay cool, I'll come through to pray for, encourage, and uplift you. When my sister wins, I win. When my sister wins, I win. At the Sisters Cafe.
Today's segment is brought to you by G-Class Travel. Oh, the places we will go.
Trip, plan your fun, or start your travel business. G-Class Travel does it all. Girls' trips, retreats, getaways, conferences. Let us handle the details while you enjoy the journey.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Gladys B, and you know what day it is, right? It's Friday, which means we are going live. It ain't Woman Crush Wednesday, but it's Sisters Cafe Live. I'm super excited. You know what to do. Pick up your phone, go to Sisters Cafe, take this and share this with everybody you know. Don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. Show everybody, tag everybody, do what you got to do so that everybody gets to see this, because why? It's about to be fun. It's about to be fun. So I'm going to my page now and we are going to share this. Super excited to be here tonight because it is Friday. Y'all remember when we used to go live all the time on Fridays? So much fun. So much fun. We're going to have to do a Sisters Cafe reunion so that I can get all the ladies at the table in one place. Ooh, maybe we should do it in a different country. Anyway, I'm excited today because we got some good stuff today. Today we are talking about what it means to be bold, faith-filled, funny, and full of book tea. We have an author in the cafe who knows how to blend faith, fiction, romance, drama, church culture, and women's strength into stories that make you laugh, gasp, reflect, and maybe even say, now, wait a minute. I know somebody just like that. Today, I am joined by my friend and my fellow author, Kyina Routt, creator of the Church Chronicles series. If you haven't got it, y'all, by the end of this interview, I am positive that you will want to go get it. We're talking about her writing journey, her character, church hurt, church drama, powerful women, flawed women, redemption, love, purpose, and what it means to chase your dreams while still walking boldly in faith. Ladies, this ain't just no author interview. This is a table talk, a testimony, a book club moment, and a whole Sisters Cafe experience. Y'all put your hands together and help me welcome Miss Kyina Routt.
Man, I feel like I was coming out to the Grammys back there. That introduction. Listen. Love it. Man, I need you to bring me out more often.
More often, huh? I'll record it for you and send it to you. No, we just talked about that on our last live. I had Rebecca on, and she said the same thing. And I'm like, I think introductions are so important because it's the difference in between somebody saying, wait, what's happening versus, okay, how long this going to be? I think that's what makes the difference is your intro. So I'm really big. I'm really, really big on intros, but you deserve it.
Man, you got me so hyped up. I'm ready to go write some more stuff. Like, wait a minute now.
Talking about hyped up is me reading. I don't know what you call it when you give me a little bit of taste, a snippet. Mm-hmm. You sent me a snippet of something, and I kept reading, and I'm like, I don't usually do that. I usually don't. I mean, I'm usually in the bookstore looking for, how to get your business together, LLCs for dummies, that kind of thing. I'm always looking for self-help or, business matters and things like that. So for you to capture my attention, not just to capture it, but okay, let me go get that book. Wait, hold on. Let me go get the other book too. And wait a minute. I know we got an announcement coming up too, but super excited because you are good at what you do. Welcome to the cafe.
Thank you for having me. It's been, I was like, man, is she ever gonna pick my name? I want to be seen talking to her. Wait a minute, when's my time? But hey, my time is not. Thank you so much. It's been an awesome journey. I'm so glad I got to know you, spend a little time with you. So this is great.
Yeah.
And everything that you have going on.
Ooh, girl. Yeah, I can't wait till we get our ice cream date. That's what I'm ready for.
Hey, I did say today, but I think you was too busy for me today.
I'm never too busy. But I have one of the most important questions of this interview to ask you. And ma'am, that is, what's in your cup?
And right now, don't worry, it's not no Sacramento wine today. It's just a little water, okay? And so that's what's in my cup. Just a little water today.
Did you say no Sacramento wine?
You know the church people like to judge a little bit, so I gotta keep it.
Hey, just tell them it's a little Jesus juice.
He did turn water into wine, man.
But no, put that cup back up there. Is that not a piece of merch you got going on?
It is. So this is my 2026 merch. It has my trademark slogan on it, crowned in confidence, wrapped in redemption, because that should be all of us. We all should be crowned in confidence, and we all is wrapped in redemption because Jesus paid it all, right?
Yes, he did. Yes,
he paid it all. People forget that, but I don't.
They do, but we don't. So if you could tell the people, since you had it all up there, how can they grab that?
My merch is on my website. It is KyinaRouttsNovels.com. You click on the link that say bookstore, and you're going to find everything from books to shirts to hoodies, even some crop tops is up there.
What?
I mean, and different type of drinkware. And I'm adding more to it daily as, things come. But in order to get like my special addiction collectors items that, that I sit around and it just come up with things, you have to see me at these events that I go to locally.
Okay.
So that's where you can get those
events often locally.
Yes. I just had one last weekend. I'm free this weekend. I'm trying not to do any more events for the rest of the month. Let me tell you why. My son is graduating this month. So we're taking him on a 7-day cruise at the end of the month, and all of this time belongs to him. So I have to be good. But come June, I'll be back in
cracking up.
Yes.
That is pretty cool, though. I would have never thought to take my children on a 7-day cruise ever. I mean, I'm thinking about it now, but they way grown, so they could pay for their own. But
mine are too, and they don't pay yet.
Well, you know what? In the defense of the youngins, I think we have this mindset. And I've come to know it's not actually accurate, but I think we have this mindset of they got it, they cool. Mm-hmm. And I remember that because I thought for years that grandma and grandpa had a money tree, like real talk. I don't know where it was coming from, but it seemed like it kept coming. So, even when I got grown, I'm the daughter that would come in with a Walmart trash bag and shop in their house, because what they don't need no ice cream sandwiches. I know you got that for me and my kids. I know you did.
What?
Right. You don't need that many eggs. It's only two of y'all. But I remember Grandpa saying one day, my house is not a shopping center. I'm like,
but they never said no, though.
They never said no. So I was back the next week because real talk, they did buy stuff for me and the kids. They don't need all that stuff. It's just two of them. But I think sometimes as children, we feel as though our parents, they cool. They got it. Not a big deal. They don't need extra help. They don't need me to pay that. So I'm thinking that's what happened to mine as well.
Baseball, one is 24, the other's 18. Maybe one day we'll see.
Maybe one day, and I think so. But we just have to say something, because I think if we don't, I had a very hard time putting myself first. So I didn't teach them, hey, don't forget my birthday. Hey, it's Mother's Day. What you get me? Hey, I didn't pound it in their head like that. You know what I mean? I didn't think about it, because I'm like, well, they're little, but I should have taught them from the time they was buying, going in there talking about mommy, I won't. By the time they got to say that, I should have started saying, well, I won't. And maybe
I don't have that problem.
You do.
I'm the only girl in the house, and I make sure they know my birthday is coming up. Mother's Day is approaching. Christmas is not my birthday. So I make sure they know. And my husband does a good job with them. And so, so sometimes it has its advantages being the only girl in the house.
Yeah. And I think it's helpful to be married as well to a nice man, because I wasn't. You know what I mean? So it was just me and the boys. So it was nobody to say, hey, let's go get your mom this, or hey, don't forget your mama's birthday is coming up. That kind of thing.
Right.
So, and like I said, I didn't say nothing. So I didn't get nothing, until they got older. Now my baby is super good at that. He is not going to forget his mama, like for nothing. And I don't mean just holidays or birthdays. I can tell him, hey, I'm going on a assignment for church. And okay, Mom, here, get you some gas. Here, Mom, get you a burger or something. He's just like that.
That mean you did your job?
Well, yeah. I mean, he also the one, Mama, I need a new car, but you gotta love him though. You gotta love him. I call him, that's my Monday and my Friday.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
I can't do without him. Hate to see him coming, but hate to see him go.
Boy, yes.
I love that boy. And then he's the one that has my grandgirls. So
they're so adorable. Adorable. One day, not right now, but one day I'm gonna have them too. Just not right now. Give me time. I told them no grandkids before I'm 50. So we'll see. 55 if I'm blessed enough.
I don't know though. I'm saying I don't know because we get older. Like when we were little, our grandparents were like mad old. You know what I mean? But it's not like that nowadays.
But they're the grandparents we need now, though.
Right, except they can't do as much anymore. Like by the time these girls be running down the hall, I'll be like, look, let's just sit down for a minute. Let's breathe. Breathe in, breathe out.
But see, that's where the parents come in at to run down the hall with them. And you're supposed to sit back and just instill that wisdom into them.
Oh, okay. I got it wrong. I got it wrong. I'm trying to swim.
We gotta be the grandmas and the moo-moos. And we gotta sit there and come here, baby. Let me talk to you. That's gonna be me.
I'm doing all that in the moo-moo. I love me some moo-moos.
I ain't run down the hall. I can't run down the hall. Nah, I ain't definitely running down the den.
But you got to like the other Serenity was leaving the room the other day and I wasn't coming. I was standing at the door and she's like, Grandma, come on. So they ain't running nowhere without me. Like And I'm
That's
okay with it.
adorable.
They want to jump, they want to climb. For some reason, I become this human tree, and I'm okay with it. I like being a tree.
I have a little niece, and she'll play with me certain things she'll play with me with, but when she want to get on the floor and roll over and all of that stuff, she don't come to me for that. She go to
Oh,
my husband or my kids. So it's
okay.
like they know that Amy ain't gonna do it. So
That
I come
ain't
to her when
rolling.
I want to play with this crayons or I want to play with this dog that we're gonna sit down and be still and do it. But when I want to roll around and go run, no, I ain't going to her. So
No,
it's
you
like
ain't
they
doing it.
know.
I think they know. I think they know. Wait, hold on. I need a refill. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. So I guess we better get into this interview, which is
Let's
not
do
really an
it.
interview,
Let's
but
do it.
let's talk about this before I get into the books and all that good stuff and all the stuff people want to know. Tell me about Kay. What tell me a little bit just about you.
About me, let's see. I've been married for going on 25 years. I married my high school sweetheart. I met him at
Oh,
17. I'm 43 now. We still
woo.
hanging in there. We have two wonderful kids, 24 and 18-year-old boys. I am by day, I'm an IT professional. By night, I write. Um, what do I like to do? I like to do so much. I love crafting, making things. I love
Really?
writing, of course. Yes,
Okay.
love writing. Um, I was raised by my grandparents, Pastor Jackson and Evangelist Jackson. I just lost them last year, actually November and December of last year. Lost them both. Um,
Wow.
yes, yes. They
Girl.
killed me in the church where most of my scenes take place from, most of my stories takes place from. No, it's them, but
Wow.
yeah. Yeah, my grandfather, he passed away on November 17th. I guess Granny say, oh, nope, I'm coming with
Not
you.
without you. I know that's right.
And
I know.
exactly 30 days later, December 17th.
No.
Yes.
But you know what? They say that happen, especially if they've been married for so long.
For
Most
years.
most couples get up in age, they pass away, and the other one can't deal with the other one being lost. And we thought that for grandma when Papa passed, but grandma rocked out another 20 years. Like, what? Like,
Yeah, she was like, nope, I ain't
yeah,
having it. And, that it took a toll on me for a while. I had
yeah,
to kind of like, I was starting to try to keep myself busy, so busy where I wasn't thinking, but I started reaching that burnout part because I
yeah,
wasn't allowing myself a moment to mourn and to get over it. Because when you haven't experienced a loss like that, it does something. So I had to kind of get back to myself,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it wasn't none but God.
And God will do it. Um, and that's and the people who are dealing, because we coming up on Mother's Day, and this is off the subject or whatever, but my heart goes out to those who are experiencing the grief of someone they lost, loved and lost, the grief of not having a mother, and then watching everybody else enjoy their mother, or watching everybody else not enjoy their mother because they're whatever the issue. I hear a lot of people who've lost their mother say, hey, you only got one, stay
Oh
close
yeah,
to your mother. Because some of us that have our mother and we're not as close, we don't understand the feeling of that loss, not even sure that we think about it, because we're not honoring our mother as the Bible tells us to. But as a person who has lost, what can you help us with? I'm big on sitting in your grief. I didn't know it at first, but because it almost turned my world inside out, and I didn't know if I would get through it, it was unexpected the way I thought I had made peace with it. I remember when I left, I looked in her eyes. I kind of knew that was the last time I would see her alive. But I went home and I remember sitting there and praying. I kept saying, okay, God, your will be done. Your will be done. Your will be done. And I remember exhaling. I thought that was my moment of making peace with it. But then I got the news 7 days later that she was gone. And I can't even explain. I was gone. Like, as somebody had told me, she was like, your light is gone.
Yep.
And
that's what it feels like.
I thought I was hiding it, because I still got to go to church. I still got to be administrator. I still got to work on the altar. I still got to, do whatever I got to do. I still got to go to work. I thought I was hiding it, but I guess it was showing throughout. And then after a while, I couldn't even hide it no more. And I didn't care. I did not care. Like, I can't explain it, but I was gone. It was almost like I was dark. I couldn't see a way out. I didn't have any even hope that this was going to change. And I didn't know how to function in it. I had never experienced it or even let myself experience that. And it was different. Grandpa passed and I thought my world was over then.
Yeah, but something about grandma.
Oh my goodness.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
And I thought it was going to be cool. Again, like I said, I thought I'd make peace with it. And myself says, she was 93. It's kind of okay. God can take her, but I mean, what I've come to the conclusion, I had to end up going to talk to somebody in the church that didn't go to my church, but happened to see that something was eating me alive. And when I saw her, she called me the next day and she was like, daughter, what's going on? Oh, nothing. You know how we do. We say nothing and we try to hide certain things and hurt certain things that we're going through because we are in church. But she was like, no, ma'am. She said, you died in my arms yesterday. And I just started bawling. I started telling her everything that was happening. But she said, let's talk. So we talked for a few months. Therapy. I am an advocate now for therapy. Big time.
Yes.
It works.
It does.
In therapy, it works. But I got a glimpse of hope back.
It takes time.
Oh, but we don't allow it. We don't.
We try to. I think we forget, like, you say, oh, it's my grandpa used to say all the time, one thing is for sure, we always have all of us have an expiration date. Yeah, but it don't make it no easier. And I think that we are never taught how to grieve or how to deal with it. It's not something that you just, one day and get over it, because I still have my moments. I sit in my house sometime alone and things just come to me. It could be a smell, it can be a TV show, it could be a song, and I think of them, and it's like, man, I thought I was okay. No, I am okay. I'm just still, it's okay to miss them.
It is.
It's okay to grieve. It's okay to cry. It's okay to do all them things. And, and it's not a timeline on it. And I think a lot of people think that, 6 months is enough. No, it may take years. I lost my brother in May of last year. So just when I thought that I was getting over him, I had to go through something else. And I look at it, everything in life is a lesson. Sometimes we get so comfortable in our place that we are, where we so comfortable with the people around us that we just get comfortable. And sometimes, things get shaken up to make you uncomfortable. Sometimes when you get uncomfortable, that's when you start to understand your purpose.
Absolutely.
That's when your growth come in. Because last year, like, my birth mom is in my life. And I kind of took her for granted all this time because I had grandma. Grandma raised me. Mm-hmm. That's mom. But when that flower was plucked, I didn't realize that my mom loved me just as much as my grandmother did. But I didn't allow her to come in and love me that way because I was still thinking about the past, what was and what's not right now. And so, you know, it's been a process, it's been a healing, and it's going to continue to be one.
Yeah.
So if I call you one day boohooing and crying, just know I'm having a moment.
That's okay. I cry with my friends.
Yes.
But it's we have to learn that it's okay. How we feel. We do put a timeline on it because the world puts a timeline on it. We only get what 3 days and 5 days for bereavement at work. That's all you get. That's all you getting. Just like having a baby. You know, now it's different, but back then you got 30 days to have your baby and come on back. You know what I mean? So the world puts a timeline on things. And for someone who has gone through it, you and I, what would you say to the people who, let me put the question this way. I struggled real hard with losing someone. And then a few days later, it's like the world moved on. Like ain't nothing happened. Like my whole world didn't just shatter. And everybody has moved on. Even the people that were checking on you, and none of that's happening no more. Everybody's moved on and they're laughing. I used to be mad. Why are you smiling? Like, what is funny? Don't you understand? And I'm thinking, it's not their grief.
It's yours, yeah.
I was mad that people would just move on with their life. And the world has ended for me for the most part. It took me a long time to deal with that. And I'm not even sure I've dealt with it properly. I don't understand, but I do understand my grief is not their grief. You know what I mean? And that goes even for family members. I might not grieve the same way my cousin does. I might not do the same way my sister does. You know what I mean? But what can you say to people who feel some kind of way because the world has moved on and their world has stopped completely?
What can we say? I mean, there's nothing. The only thing we can tell them is to live in their truth, you know, go through their process because your process is going to be different from mine. I can't tell you, oh, I know how you feel because I don't, because what I feel is different from the way that you feel. And that, you know, it's going to be okay. It may not be okay today, tomorrow, or next week, but eventually it will be okay. That's the only thing that we could tell them, because I hate it when people call me, are you okay? Are you doing good? Stop calling me. Just stop. Just leave me alone. Let me just process this. Let me eat ice cream. Let me sit here in my moo and do whatever it is I'm doing. I will be fine. I will be out the house. Right. But for right now, just let me live in my moment. I
have a bad habit of saying, are you okay? Now, somebody I don't really know, I probably won't say nothing at all. Just checking on you. But I noticed I did, because my cousin just lost her father, and I would call her every day. Are you okay? And I'm like, right. And after it comes out my mouth, I'm like, duh. I mean, no, she's not okay.
That's okay, yeah.
Yeah, she's not okay. And why do you keep asking her that? You know, and I'm like, I don't know what else to say.
For me, it would have been like, can I bring you some ice cream?
Okay.
Let me go over here to Mickey's and bring you a plate of oxtails. I would have been like, okay.
Yes. Yes. I'm like that with pork chops. You bring me, look, pork chops is the way to my heart, and Mexican food. Tacos, pork chops, and crab legs. Ooh. Not together.
No, I want crawfish.
I can't eat crawfish. Like, that's gross. And then why you got to suck the head? Like, why can't you just gently pull it out?
Yeah, that's what you do. Who do that? Listen, you got me acting like Sister Mother Jenkins in here.
Okay, wait, we got a question for you.
Okay.
How to function before releasing the compound grief? Oh, I guess it's answering a question. How to function before releasing the compound grief, becoming stable enough to continue functioning without collapsing eternally? Oh, it is a question. So, how do we function before releasing the compound grief? How do we become stable enough to continue functioning without collapsing internally?
For me, I had to think about my babies, my kids, my husband. They needed me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't start to process and start to heal and understand, this loss and what it meant, in my life, then I was going to collapse internally. Because it's like once you start shutting down the world around you, then that's it. Like it's almost like you dying inside, like you're decaying.
Yeah.
So my husband and my kids is what was the ones that pulled me out that slump,
Okay.
And he was processing his own grief because he had just lost his grandmother too in October. So it was like, it was like things were just hitting us back and back. But just knowing that I had to be there for them. I have to be there for my dad. I have to be there for my aunties. I have to be there for my mom, for my sister. I had to be there. I had to be, somebody had to be strong enough to be able to say, hey, we got this, family.
Yeah.
On me. So I had to.
And I think that's the great thing about purpose. Purpose will outweigh most things. It outweighs depression. It outweighs grief sometimes. It outweighs what we don't want to do. Purpose. That's why we need to have it. We need to have it. And that's very important too, because I felt the same way when Papa passed. I wanted nothing else but to jump in that casket with him. Like, wait, hold on. I don't know what to do without you.
Who told you to do this?
Right.
That's how I was talking to him. Like, I was like, y'all so selfish. You can't think about nobody but yourself. It's literally like,
right.
Was having a conversation the other day, and I was just like, I was talking to her. We was talking. I was like, man, it's so close to Mother's Day. I said, I'm at her. I'm like, she didn't have no business doing this. Like, she could have waited, she could have waited another couple of years. I understand that's her boo and all, but golly, And so he was like, I'm angry too. And and then sometimes, the tears just start coming. And then my husband called, he like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm like, it's like, no. So, it's days like that, but you laugh at it now, but in that moment, it don't be funny.
It don't be funny. It wasn't funny then. It wasn't funny then. And to answer the question, I think we have to find the comfort and the strength of God, the God-given strength that we have, because I don't think there would have been any other way out of that except I had God, except that I knew that there was something on the other side of this grief, except that I knew he had purpose and a reason for me to be here, except that I knew that they were in a better place with the person that created them. So I think that's what helped, but also having a support system in place. And let me say it this way, because what I got the help from wasn't really the support system. And that bothered me as well while we in the church chronicles or whatever. It wasn't my church that saw what was going on.
Let me get my pen. Say that again.
It wasn't my church that saw the light go out. It wasn't my church that came and said, okay, what can I do? Or, there's something going on with you and I don't know what's going on with you. It wasn't them that said, hey, you're looking depressed right now, or hey, go ahead and sit down. I know you need to grieve. None of that was happening. It was somebody who did not go to my church. It was a few people, let me put it that way, few people that have seen me in the fellowship, but does not go to my church that reached out to me.
But that's what's missing in a lot of the churches now.
It is.
They don't know their members. It's just like we just going through the motion. I'm going to church. I'm sitting down. I'm saying amen, glory, hallelujah. I'm clapping when the choir singing, but then I'm going out. There's no fellowship.
There isn't. There
And
isn't.
so,
Or
and as much as, back in the days, the aunties would, they get on your nerves and they always got something to say. They knew you.
right.
They knew
Right.
when you was going through things. They knew when you needed that hug. They knew when you just needed to be pulled to the side and say, hey, it's going to be all right. They knew that. These days,
Right.
it's missing.
It is missing.
It is missing.
And people don't want, I think some churches or some leaders might be a little bit afraid of losing what that person does in the service or in the church.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't really afford to lose that person right now, or we can't really afford for her to sit down, or for him to take a sabbatical, or for the, you know what I mean? So sometimes we're missing that, but we're also so extremely busy. We in our own world, we doing whatever we want to do, and we're too busy to look over at our neighbor and see if they're okay.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. Stop looking people up and down when they walk in church. You don't know what they just went through.
Don't be glad that they are there.
Smile sometimes. Sometimes just smile. Leave it alone with the attitudes and the talking back and the comparisons and the backbiting and all that. We have to go back to being a hospital for the world. They should be running in droves. They just said on the news today about this new virus, Hunter virus.
Yep.
Happy virus. I don't know what they called it, but it started with an H. But I'm like, okay, is it the first part of you wants to, okay, well, we ain't, you know what? I'm not about to go to Walmart and not see no rice this time. This time I'm gonna go stack up. But I'm like, they want to, I don't want to cause a panic. God is still God. Mm-hmm. He is still God, and whatever he allows is right, and he's sovereign. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go stock up on some toilet paper and stuff. But last time
you saying that, I'm gonna make me a list. I'm going to Sam's tomorrow.
Yes, get you some batteries, get you some toilet paper, grab you all the items that everybody took, hand sanitizer before the government took it all, the mask and all that kind of stuff. I had just got a new job when COVID hit. Literally. I started March 10th, I think it was, and COVID hit March 16th. I'll never forget it, because anybody who had kids, they had to pay them while they stay home because the kids couldn't go to school. Like, man, I ain't got no kids.
I got stuck in Canada when it happened. Couldn't come home. Yep. They was like, no.
How long did you have to stay there?
I was there for 6 months.
No.
Yes. Yes. Well, the part that I was in Alberta. It was just like Texas, but they serve gravy with everything.
Give me an example.
You go to Burger King and ask for some fries, they don't give you ketchup, they give you gravy.
What?
I was like,
why?
This is not good.
Is it good gravy?
They call it poutine or something like that. So it's like gravy and cheese curds on everything. That's their thing over there.
That don't sound okay.
I was so ready to get back to the States. Ooh, I was so ready. They didn't even have Wolf brand chili over there. I had to learn how to make my own chili.
How dare they?
Right.
Okay, let's get into this. We can talk forever. I know we can. All right. So your brand has such a bold mix of faith, fiction, scandals, and strength. How did that voice find you? What made you say, oh yeah, I'm about to write this? Or, how did that even become a thing?
Personally, I don't fit in the box that the church folks say that I should fit in.
Okay.
I'm just going to be honest. And when I say church folks, I mean that loosely. Church folks. The ones that, judge us for every little thing that we do. Those church folks. I talk too much. I say stuff that I shouldn't be saying. I don't fit that box. I do not. And it's okay. And, when you feel like you have been judged your whole life, then you start to realize there are other people out there that are being judged that's the same. And it's not okay for people to just judge you based on who you are, but it's okay for me to be who I am. Mm-hmm. It's okay for me to walk in my purpose. It's okay for me to speak up for myself. It's okay for me to say what I need to say and still love God at the same time.
Yes.
You know, and it don't matter how loud I talk or laugh. That don't take away the love I have for Jesus and the love he has for me, because he do not play about me, period.
I understand. Yes,
Okay?
ma'am.
And so I am who I am. So I wanted to write books that kind of put a spotlight on it.
Okay.
That you have a lot of women that sit in a church that kind of, shrink down and shy away because they don't want the older generation to say something or to look at their hemline and be like, maybe a skirt too short. Yes, my skirt is above my knee and gonna continue to be above my knee. Yes, it is. So I wanted to bring that to the spotlight because we are losing the younger generation.
We are
losing them. They don't want to go to church no more because every time they go to church, someone is looking at them for what they have on, for how they speaking. Like, why? Be happy that they're there, because they could be somewhere else, but they chose to be here this morning. So you don't need to convict them. Let the word convict them.
Let the word do the work.
When it's time, nothing's going to stop it. There's nothing that you can say right now to change them. You can't change them. Only God can. So that's why I say, so when he ready for my mouth to say, he'll shut it up. But until then, honey, the world about to hear it.
Okay.
Oh, that's how I came up with the Church Chronicles. It's a little bit of everything in there. It's a little drama.
Yeah.
There's some romance. My Dalton is in there. That's my husband. But shh, don't tell.
We won't tell. We won't tell nobody.
It's a little bit of everything. A little suspense. It got some scenes in there, but it's closed door scenes. It's okay. Christians, we do things. How you think we have kids? They forget that too.
Right.
They forget.
They're Mary's sister and aunties and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Got to remind them. How you think we got here?
Right.
So it is. That's what my books are about. But I also wanted them to give a lesson, to teach some things. Wanted them to women to be like, it's okay. I can run this boardroom and I can run Sunday school. You can do both. You don't have to choose.
Right.
What did that pastor wife say? That wore that dress? I thought the dress was cute. She said, I am not just a first lady. I am multidimensional. Amen, sister. Amen. Because I wear it too.
And that's actually falls into my next question, because the question was, what do you want women to feel when they read these books?
I want them to feel empowered.
Okay.
I want them to feel bold enough to stand in their truth, to walk in their purpose. I want them to not just church, anywhere. I don't care where you go. I want you to be that person. Just remember, when you walk out, I am that girl. I am that woman. I am that queen. That's what I want them to feel. All right. And so, but that don't come without its struggles. It don't matter how bold or powerful that we may think we still going to go through life. We still going to have heartbreak. We still going to be broke sometime. We still going to have that no good guy that's, not me, because, my guy is perfect. But,
right.
But, we still going to have things that we're going to go through in life. But we shouldn't let it break us.
Right. We bend, but don't break.
Yeah. So in these books, you're going to see not just the ladies, but the men going through their struggles, going to be tested and all sorts. So, but that don't mean that, you're not loved by God. It just means that it's your season to go through some things.
So you are a wife, a mother, an entrepreneur, an author, a tech genius. How do all these roles shape your storytelling?
Honestly, the storytelling is my way to escape the everyday hustle and bustle of corporate America. Okay. So when I'm stressed out, when I just want to forget what happened 9 to 5, I dive into writing.
Okay. So it's your happy space.
It's my happy. It is. It's like my happy. Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Have you always had an imagination growing up? So like growing up, did you be like, oh yeah, did you make up stuff, or were you making scenes or storytelling with yourself then?
So I always was very imaginative. I used to have my little cousins now putting on plays and stuff. I used to write stuff out and make them perform it in the house. I used to do speech competitions. Phenomenal Woman was one of the things that I did all the time.
Okay.
And I'm very expressive. Like, I can't help myself. I can't help it. And so I did that a lot. I used to go from church to church, speaking, saying that poem all the time. I love Maya Angelou. I love her. And I used to, like, at church, used to put little plays on at church, make my cousin them do it. I used to have them singing in the choir because I played the piano for the church. I told you I was in the country. My mom made me do everything. So I was like the, over the youth choir and stuff, like all the time. And I started falling in love with kind of like business and bylaws and stuff when I was in high school. I wanted to put together like a sorority, fraternity. I didn't want to be a mademoiselle. Everybody was doing that. I didn't want to do that. I wanted my own stuff, right? So my godmother was like, well, if you want it, you're going to have to write the bylaws. You're going to have to do this and you're going to have to do that. I was like, bylaws? I was in high school. I don't know what that is, And so that's how I started, like, okay, bylaws, let me do this. And so that's when I started, like, okay, I can do business stuff. So that became part of me. Then I started falling in love with graphics and designing and websites, and that became part of me. And so I was just like, I have all of this talent, all of it. Yeah. What do I do with it? I want to write, I want to sing, I want to do this, and I want to do that. Do I have to choose one? Absolutely not. I do it all.
Do it all. Do it all. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of women who are carrying books, businesses, dreams, ministries, and ideas inside of them. What made you finally say, I got to do this?
I wrote them for fun. I was working on my master's, and I was just like, man, I had this Google Drive because I had been secretly writing for the longest time. Nobody knew it.
Okay.
And while I was working on my master's, I was just like, man, let me go through and I went through my Google Drive and I started looking at things, and I'm laying in the bed reading what I had already written and started laughing. I was like, I wonder what it would be like if I published it. Would somebody read it? What it's going to take? So I started researching, finding out. All I can say is if you have a story, an idea, I don't care what it is, put it out there. Like, you can't help someone else if you holding on to it yourself. Put it out there. Like, you can't say you was in the race until you started the race.
You got to start.
Got to start. And so don't just sit on it. Don't think, well, if somebody's going to read it, who cares if they read it or not? You're going to read it. So put it out there. What you do, you're not doing it for others. You're doing it for yourself. And if someone else just happens to fall in love with it, then great. I didn't know that once I put this book out there that it was going to take a life on its own. I didn't know that. I didn't know people going to say, well, what's going to happen in book 2? I didn't know.
Right.
I did not know. And so, I just kept going. And then, like, I was like, man, I think I'm going to stop with the Church Chronicle series. And my husband was like, no, you're not. You might as well go and continue. And I'm just like, I want to do other stuff. I want to write some other stuff, some other books I want to write.
Well, you don't have to choose.
Exactly. And I'm not. I'm going to put them out. I'm going to put them all out. So I got some stuff that's coming down the pipeline. It's been a struggle. I promise you, I have ADHD. Because I start working on one thing, and next thing you know, I done jumped over here and started writing something else, and then I'm back over here. Then I come up with, oh my God, I got to do this Christmas book, and then I'm back over here again. I'm like, wait a minute. Focus.
It's funny. I'm laughing because today when I walked downstairs, my husband always asks, hey, you doing okay up there? I was like, no, I can't seem to finish one thing. I start. I think, get another idea. Then this happens. Then I get another idea. Now, oh, wait, that can go. Let me go write that down. So I started a system to where if I get another idea, in order to focus, I write it on a Post-it note and put a Post-it note down. I now have a huge box of Post-it notes, by the way. that I need to go through. So now I'm thinking, I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but it kept me on what I was doing for the most part. But
Right.
today wasn't that day. And I'm like, I can't seem to finish a task. So he was like, go get your prayer shawl, put it over your head, and then work. And I didn't do it. The phone ended up ringing. I stayed on it. My mama called. So that lasted a little while. And then I was like, oh, I got to get ready for my live, you know. So, but my thing is, I think somebody the therapist told me I did have it, but I don't believe that.
I'm self-diagnosed. I don't care. I know it. It don't matter. I was like, these ain't nothing but good ideas just trying to come out.
They
and
are
it
so
just
good.
didn't have enough
Aren't they good? Aren't they good? And I'm at the age now, if I don't write it down or do something about it right now, it'll be gone. Like,
you know, it's so funny because I be talking to people and I call myself coaching them and they be listening to me too. And I be telling them about, you finish what you start. But here I am over here struggling trying to finish 3 books at one time. You know, that's like, what? If they see me, they'll be like, who you coaching?
right.
But it's like when you have this vision, you say, oh, I'm gonna have this done by this time frame. Okay. And sometimes you can start working this project, but God say, hey, here's an idea that to go into this project. You don't have a choice but to pause this.
You have to.
You know, I got three computer screens. I got a book on every screen.
Nice.
So I just swivel around and just keep going. Because you just never know. Like I don't want to stop one project and I get writer's block or something like that. And then I got these projects are now stalled because I'm focusing on this. But it'll be all right in the morning. What that song say?
It'll be all right. It'll be all over in the morning. But I get that. I have, with the best version of me too, I have it outlined as far as I know what the chapters are. Tell me why I ain't got it done. I don't know. But while that was yet going, I started the Sisters Cafe book because yes, it was the Check Your Squad. You know, that's the 4th chapter of the book, but that's the biggest chapter so far. Everybody is loving some Check Your Squad. So I decided to create a whole book of Check Your Squad instead of just right. So that's printed out. I just got to go through it. And I ain't did that before I started working on the celibacy book, My Journey of Celibacy, where it set me free, you know, to help some people out there in the world. You know,
a lot of people that want that book.
Oh, and that's what I'm like. Not before I jump back into my Solo Mojo singles community, then I'm like, that book is almost done. Why don't you just finish that book?
That is going to be a good book. You know, I commend all of my sisters out there and my brothers that is going on that journey. I said, thank you, Jesus. You made me married for so many years because I don't know if I would have had that strength. Take a lot of prayer.
Nobody does. And if you would have asked me years and years and years ago, I would have been like, there is no way I'm about to do that. That's no way. Because being honest, God made me like double woman, I think. So yeah, I didn't think it was possible, but it's possible because that goes back to purpose. When I started my celibacy journey, one, I had got divorced. So that was my struggle of having, and now I don't. So it got to the point where it wasn't even about the sex. I just wanted somebody there because I was used to having somebody there. But then that just, you know, everybody's not who they say they are. And people, it's hard out in the streets. It's just hard out there. And it's just, right. You meet this person, they not that. You meet this person, they actually married. You meet this person, he like boys. So it's like, you just don't never, you never can just find a normal person no more. So I find myself, you know, kind of running through them and like, okay, I got to the point where I'm like, okay, God, look here. I trust you and I am going to cut that off and save it for whom you have for me. And that's where the strength of that came for. I wanted to, I guess it can't really happen, but I wanted to offer the man that God had for me purity as much as I could.
Yeah.
Not somebody that was, not the around the way girl, just the, nice and pure where he could still be proud. And yeah. So that's what kept me. Was it difficult? Absolutely.
And I commend you. I have and you know what's crazy is that I have so many friends that are on that journey and have been for years. I said,
it's free.
God knew what he was doing when he said, okay, you coming out of high school, let me go ahead and put this
Get
ring
you
on your
married
finger
right now.
because I'm not gonna play with you. That's what he was, that's what it was. He was like, I'm not gonna play with you.
Right.
No, 18, married. Boom.
Yeah. And that was, I got married at 18, but I got divorced at 21. So, a little had to try.
So I commend every sister and brother out there that is doing it. Like, I commend them. That's a wonderful thing.
In hindsight, though, I love it. Let me say that. Yes, it was a struggle, but sometimes not only do you understand that things that you think are impossible to conquer are conquerable. Is conquerable a word? Don't know, but it's conquerable. Then it makes you look at that next challenge or that next obstacle like, please, I've been celibate. I can do anything now.
But did you see that, Pastor Matthews, he had to struggle for a little bit because Val was testing him. Val was testing him for real, wasn't she?
You know what? It's a gift. It's a gift, and everybody don't got it. And if you don't know, we've been on here for an hour already.
Have we?
Yes, that is bananas, right? And I ain't asked you all the good questions yet. So clearly I'm going to have you back because I need to deep dive into these books. But what I want to do is one of my famous segments with you is called Rapid Fire. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Paperback or audiobook?
Paperback.
Plotter or write as you go?
Write as I go.
Early morning writer or late night writer?
Late night writer.
Romance or drama?
Both.
Church hat or designer heels? What'd you say?
Heels.
Okay. Forgive the character or expose the character?
Can I do both? Both?
Okay, you can do both.
Okay, both.
Clean ending or cliffhanger?
Cliffhanger.
Character you love or a character you love to hate?
I love to hate.
Prayer closet or group chat?
Group chat.
I knew what your answer was going to be. Book signing or book club?
Club.
All right. One word your readers use after finishing your book.
What's next? Oh, that's 2 words.
That's fine.
Okay.
A word that describes Kyina, the author.
Unapologetic.
What is harder, writing the first chapter or finishing the last one?
Finishing the last one.
What snack belongs with your book?
Popcorn.
Let me say when, don't take that if there. When this hits the big screen, what song is going to be on the soundtrack?
Mary. Go get it. Favorite Trump beat. And it's in honor of my brother who I lost in May because he was a drummer and everything else. Now, and I ain't say it was about him, but it's in honor of him. And you can find it on Amazon and also my website. If you want autographed copies of any of my books, along with, I always give like a special gift, a collector's item with it. You can visit my website, www.KyinaRouttNovels.com. and you can purchase them there.
Because real talk, I'm gonna have to make Kyina one of my Woman Crush Wednesdays real soon here. But we will see you again next time. for another segment of Super Trip.
Everything you know.